My favorite thing about playing high school sports is definitely the community it builds.
It's taught me leadership, it's taught me resilience.
Many people might go on to not play collegiately, but they can take a lot of skills that they learn and use it in their professional life, in their future careers.
High school sports are worth protecting because it gives students an outlet to grow, to become a leader, to become what they want to be.
Hey there, wrestling fans. We are on the campus of Jackson Township High School in the beautiful township of Jackson, New Jersey, bringing you some big-time New Jersey high school girls wrestling action. Tonight, we have the visiting Southern Rams rolling into town to take on the home squad, the #1 ranked girls wrestling team in the state of New Jersey, the Jackson Township Jaguars. Today's coverage is being brought to you by Garden State HS Wrestling. Your counties, your teams, your site. Garden State HS Wrestling is the premier destination for all things New Jersey high school wrestling. Visit us at gardenstatehswrestling.com. Hey everybody, what's up? I'm Tommy Farquhar, former collegiate wrestler, referee, and coach. I will be bringing you all of tonight's action, so sit back, relax, and let's enjoy a great night of wrestling. We're going to have two mats going here. I will be broadcasting the girls match. So if you hear any hooting and hollering over on the other mat, that will be the Southern boys taking on the Jackson Township boys. So let's start. Let's get going with the visiting Southern Rams. Coached by Nick Herring, who is in his 7th season as head coach. They come in with a record of 4-5. They lost a tight one to Kingsway late last week, 36-28. This Southern group has lost a lot of very tight matches this year, and they are definitely battle-tested for sure. So if it were me, I would not pay too much attention to the sub-500 record. The Rams are ready to roll and proven to be gamers all season long. And then let's flip over to the other side of the mat. The home squad, the Jackson Township Jaguars, coached by Joe Lemke. They come in tonight's action with a record of 8-0. The Jags continued to roll last week, winning the Queen of the Hill duels, in which they came from behind in each of its final 3 matches, and they also won the Shore Conference Tournament. In the finals of that Queen of the Hill tournament, 126-pounder Victoria Tanderi delivered the match-winning pin in the final match against the then #2 High Point. And a couple of the individuals I just should mention before we get started here. And tonight we will be getting started at 120 pounds. But let's talk a little bit about the Jackson Jags. It all starts at 100 pounds, where Jackson has an absolute hammer. Ava Bonilla, currently sitting 12-0. Ava has just recently become the first ever 4-time Girls Shore Conference Tournament champion, in which she pinned her way through the bracket. And she is currently the #1 ranked 100-pounder in the state of New Jersey. And then you go to 107. It doesn't get any easier for their opponents. You have the #2 ranked wrestler in the state of New Jersey, Madison Rucci. She is currently 10-2. Madison also won a title at the Shore Conference Tournament, giving Jackson obviously quite the 1-2 punch at 100 and 107 pounds. And then let's not forget at 126 pounds, you got Brianna Dugo, currently 9-3, currently ranked 4th in the state. She took a 2nd place at the Shore Conference Tournament, and very interesting note here for all you fans out there, She did fall in those finals to Shaylin Guido of Southern. So let's see if we do get that rematch tonight. I'm not sure if we're gonna. I do look at the weigh-in sheets, and I do not see that Shaylin Guido weighed in. But let's hope for the best, and maybe it was a clerical error, and we're gonna get a Dugo Guido rematch at tonight at 126 pounds. We shall see. So teams are still warming up. So we got a couple minutes here before we get started. Tonight's referee is going to be Mr. John Riley. And we were hoping to get started here in a couple of minutes. And again, just a reminder, you will hear some some noise and some cheers from the other side of the gym, where the boys varsity match will be taking place at the same time. Just seems like a great night of wrestling. You got boys and girls going at the same time. And just as a general statement, I will say that girls wrestling just continues to be on fire in the state of New Jersey. I had the pleasure of calling a few girls matches this year. Did a quad out in Passaic County Tech where we had 4 full squads of girls teams. We had JV bouts, which tonight's coverage is delayed a little bit because we had so many JV matches leading up to this. So we got a lot of very deep and full girls teams, which again just lends itself to girls wrestling is just really making a push and coming to the forefront in the state of New Jersey. Team championships this year, and of course also, as you know, the girls do have their state finals down in Atlantic City along with the boys. So we should be getting started here in a few minutes. And again, we'll be starting at 120 pounds. Again, we know we got the #1 team in the state here, but I would not sleep on this Southern team. Like I mentioned in my open here, very battle-tested, have had a lot of tough matches, lost a lot of close ones. So I'm looking for a relatively competitive duel, to be honest. So of course, we're going to see how it's going to shake out. And I will be flying solo today. Normally you hear my voice doing color commentary with my partner, play-by-play expert, John Kovac. But tonight I am flying solo. And again, just a reminder, today is being brought to you by GardenStateHSWrestling.com. Your teams, your counties, your site. And some of them, let me just call out some of our sponsors while we're... That PA announcer is quite loud, but that's okay. We're going to do the Lehigh announcements here. So you know what? I'm just going to sit back. I'm going to be silent for a minute or two here and let you just hear the introductions. So I think this is really cool. And we're going to do the national anthem. Okay, so that'll do it for national anthem. And now we're going to have the
We'll begin with the ladies'
the Lehighs.
on the red mat to my right. Once again, Jackson Township is taking on the Rams of Southern. And now we will begin at 120 pounds. For the Rams, Michaela Vigilante. And for your Jags, Amy Alvarado or Grace Dawn. At 126 pounds for the Rams, Grace Balsini. And for your Jags, Brianna Dugo or Victoria Tandari.
And just so you folks know, we're not having technical difficulties. Still with you. Just wanted you to be able to enjoy the introductions.
At 138 for the Rams, a forfeit. And for your Lady Jags, Taylor Curatola or Nicole Cirillo. At 145 for the Rams, Liliana Beadle. And for your Lady Jags, Leslie Valdez. At 152 pounds for the Rams, Brianna Galindo. And for your Jags, Anaya Behringer. At 165 for the Rams, Wonder Sinisi. And for your Lady Jags, Riley Thorne. At 185 for the Rams, Emily Ramon Aquino. And for your Jags, Victoria Ford. At 235 for the Rams, a forfeit. And for your Lady Jags, Kaylee Ferraria. At 100 pounds for Southern, Madison Della Pierto. And for your Lady Jags, Ava Bonilla or Olivia Bonilla. At 107 pounds for the Rams, Faith Horvat. And for your Lady Jags, Madison Brucci or Ava Bello. And finally at 114 for the Jags, Ashley Ramirez. And for your Lady Jags, Marlo Donato or Ariana Dugo. Let's give a nice round of applause to all of our Lady Jag participants. And now to mat number 1 with the boys. Starting with the Rams of Southern at 157 pounds. For the Rams,
And I'm not going to try to compete with the PA announcer who's going to go over and do the boys' announcements. I'm just going to let it run and not fight against the loud PA announcer. He's doing a great job.
And for your Jags, Anthony Salas. At 175 for the Rams.
And of course, my production crew, right on cue, lowers that a little for me, which is fantastic. So I can talk a little bit about this Southern and Jackson matchup. And I'll just go back to my opening there when I said girls wrestling is alive and well in New Jersey. And as I said that, I was looking over at the Southern bench as they were lining up, and I just did a quick count. 34 girls lined up as part of the Southern Girls Varsity Wrestling team. That is just amazing. And it's just, what does it say? It says that girls wrestling is really strong in New Jersey. 34 girls on the team. Wow. And let me just go over some of our year-long, season-long sponsors while they're doing the boys' introductions. Tonight is being sponsored by Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition, Harrington Companies and Contractors, and of course Performance Trophies and Medals, the Estabilt Wrestling Club, Garden State Athletic Network, and of course, as I always say in my broadcasts, near and dear to my heart, the New Jersey Wrestling Officials Association, as I was of course an official when I was a much younger guy. But I would say to anyone out there who is interested in kind of giving back to the sport that you love, consider being an official. The New Jersey Official Association is probably the top officials association in the country, and it's just a great way to give back to the sport that we all love. And we're going to have our captains come out. For our mat, again, we have Mr. John Riley as tonight's referee, and they will do the coin flip.
Athletic Director Gregory McLean, and trainers Chris Handsome Grande and Nick, no nickname, Figueroa.
And for any of you fans out there a little new to this, the coin flip will determine which weight class, which team has to put out their wrestler first. Many times a lot of strategy does go into these dual meets where you want to see which wrestler your opponent is going to put out first, so you can then react and put out the wrestler that you feel has the best chance to get your team the most points. So again, we're going to start at 120 pounds. As soon as we get the wrestlers checked in, we'll get going. But of course, they're still doing the lehighs over on the boys' mat. So my guess is they're going to probably maybe hold until those announcements are over, but maybe we're going to get going here.
For the Rams, Michaela Bigalante.
Okay, so we are at 120 pounds. We should have from Southern, Michaela Vigilante, and for Jackson, Amy Alvarado. But of course, let's confirm by having these wrestlers checked in, and it'll pop up on your screen momentarily. And while we're getting them checked in, Southern is in the black with the gold trim, and the Jackson Township Jaguars in the red and black. And for Jackson, we have Dugo, and for Southern, we have Michaela Vigilante. So we have Ariana Dugo, who weighed in at 114 pounds, moving up to take on Michaela Vigilante from Southern. So 30 seconds in, no score. Wrestlers looking to tie up here. Both staying in their stance. And looks like we're going to go out of bounds here, get a fresh start. 0-0. 1 minute, 10 seconds to go, first period. Ariana Dugo, Michaela Vigilante. Both wrestlers kind of in the feeling out process here. Let's see who's going to take the first committed attack. 45 seconds to go, first period. Kind of just in a hand-fighting mode at this point. Let's see who wants to get offensive here. Vigilante was really effective with those snap downs, and she's rewarded with 3-point takedown. 3-0 lead for Vigilante from Southern. Again, Southern in the black singlet, gold trim with the S on the back. Jackson Township in the red and black. 15 seconds to go, first period. Opening bout of this match between the Southern Rams and the Jackson Township Jaguars. And we're going to go out of bounds. And short time here, just a few seconds. Obviously, if you're a Vigilante, you want to keep her down and not give any cheap points here with just a couple of seconds to go. And that'll do it for the first period. And Vigilante from Southern will take the top position to start the second period. She has a 3-0 lead over Ariana Dugo from Jackson. Good pressure forward here by Vigilante. Has Dugo broken down. Dugo trying to work up to her base. Looks like Vigilante's looking for that near side bar. Good hand control on the left. And again, just a reminder, if you're joining us, you'll hear some crowd noises coming from the other side of the gym as the boys varsity match is taking place at the same time. Just a great night of wrestling in general for New Jersey. Vigilante continuing to try to work that arm bar in on the left side. Rolling the wrists over, pressure forward, trying to stay off her knees. Yeah, they're just trying to work that bar in again. And I did think that warning on bottom was coming. So a warning stalling on Ariana Dugo. From referee John Riley. And Dugo gets to her feet, gets an escape. 3-1 lead for Vigilante. 30 seconds to go. Period number 2. Opening bout at 120 pounds. And you can see there that referee Riley is telling them to keep wrestling. Because even though it seems like they're way out of bounds, as long as any supporting point of either wrestler is in, we're going to continue to wrestle. We did end up in a stalemate there as referee felt we really weren't going anywhere. And I do agree with him there. Short time, second period. Let's see if anybody wants to pull the trigger here. And I think we're going to go into the... All right, so we're going to go into third period. Vigilante from Southern with a 3-1 lead over Ariana Dugo. And it's going to be Jackson's choice. It looked like Dugo is going to take neutral, but we will see if she confirms that. As looks like we have some injury time for Vigilante. And just a reminder, tonight's coverage is being brought to you by GardenStateHSWrestling.com. Your teams, your counties, your site. Please follow us on social media. Facebook, GardenStateHSWrestling.com. X, formerly Twitter, at GardenStateHSW. And Instagram, of course. So we still have injury time here. Let's see if we can get wrestlers going again. And if Dugo is going to continue with her choice for neutral. I'm sorry, I missed Instagram there, at Garden State HS Wrestling. And tonight's coverage also, of course, is bringing you by our season-long sponsors. Estabelt Wrestling Club, Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition, the Harrington Companies and Contractors. And now I realize I feel like I'm trying to peek over there. Is it a bloody nose or is it a contact? I can't tell. But we'll continue with our sponsors. Performance Trophies and Medals, Garden State Athletic Network, and, of course, the New Jersey Wrestling Officials Association. Injury time here for Southern, for Michaela Vigilante. She has a 3-1 lead over Ariana Dugo of Jackson Township. And they're still trying to figure this out over there in the corner of Southern. But while we're waiting, just for any of you wrestlers that are watching this this broadcast, take a little time out and talk about a little technique. We're going to talk about stance right now. So you're going to get in that proper stance. Start from the top up. We'll hold that thought. Looks like Michaela is back and ready to go. Coach is asking referee John Riley a question. I'm not sure what that's about. Okay, so it looks like Dugo from Jackson is going to choose neutral position to start the third period. She's down 3-1 to Michaela Vigilante from Southern. And now she is picking up the pace. Good shot there, drives forward. I think she could score here, and she does. Dugo with the takedown takes a 4-3 lead over Vigilante from Southern. Well done there. Now let's see how committed she is to this ride, or is she going to cut her here? Dugo continues to try to hold. I'm probably going to get a stall here, and that's going to be a point, because she did have a warning before. It should be a 5-4 lead for Vigilante, because that was the second stall, and they have corrected it. But Dugo comes back with a takedown on the edge as they go out of bounds. She jumps out to a 7-5 lead. Well done. They go back to the middle. Minute 4 to go. And we got some questions for our referee, John Riley, at the table. I believe the score is right. There was a stall warning there, followed by the takedown. The score should be Dugo 7, Vigilante 5. I think we have it right. Minute to go, third period. But let's see what the discussion is about. Dugo should be on top, and she is. Okay, so let's reset. Minute to go. Dugo from Jackson, up 7-5. And we're looking reversal here for Vigilante. Not yet. Referee correctly held his call. Okay, 2-point reversal for Vigilante. That's going to tie us at 7-all, 45 seconds to go. What an opening match we're having here. Vigilante peeking at that clock. If I were her, she's going to want, of course, ride this out. Now they changed the score. The score is flip-flopping all over the place here. So 9-7 Vigilante, 20 seconds to go. She's got Dugo broken down on her belly. So, of course, she's going to want to finish this period on top. Referee Riley is going to call a halt to the action with a stalemate. I still think there's an issue with the score, but I'm not sure. Yes, great job by our production team. It is 7-7. Vigilante from Southern on top. Got to ride her out so we can go to overtime. Can Dugo get the escape? She's to her feet. She gets the escape. Dugo now with an 8-7 lead. And Dugo comes with the late escape to secure the victory for Jackson and put Jackson up 3-0. What an opening match. Great job by both wrestlers. We had a lot going on in that match. So we have a 3-0 lead for Jackson after 120 pounds. And let's see who we have for 126. Wow, what a bout. That bout had it all.
At 126 for the Lady Jags, Amy Alvarado.
So we're going to have Amy
Alvarado receives a forfeit. Coming up next is
Alvarado is going to receive a forfeit for Jackson. That's going to take Jackson's lead up to 9-0 as we head to 132 pounds. And let's get these wrestlers checked in. We should have Lindsay McDermott for Southern, but I want to confirm that.
Here she comes, your two-time region champ, Brianna Dugo.
And we are going to have Brianna Dugo for Jackson and Lindsay McDermott for Southern. And looks like Dugo gets a quick 3, and now looks like she's looking to collect some back points. And I think we just got an update of who the Southern wrestler is. It should be Lindsay McDermott, I believe, as we had Michaela Vigilante on the last match. But my crack production team will update that shortly, I'm sure. So a 7-0 lead for Dugo. From Jackson, and looks like she's going to put her in bow. We got trouble here. Dugo was looking for the fall. Referee, quick stop to that. We're going to have injury time for Lindsay McDermott. As soon as she was put to the match, she immediately clutched that left arm. So, of course, referee Riley is going to err on the side of caution, stop that action right there, and make sure we are good to go. Brianna Dugo, again, 7-0 lead. And just want to call out our sponsors, of course. Estebelt Wrestling Club, 7 Nortright Road in Hackettstown, New Jersey. The Estevez brothers do a great job over there. The Harrington Companies, of course. Performance Trophies and Medals. Garden State Athletic Network. And, of course, the New Jersey Wrestling Officials Association. And let me not forget about Champion Athletes Sports Nutrition. Okay, so injury time continues. Let's hope that Lindsay McDermott is okay and we can continue this 132-pound bout. The Jackson Township Jags have jumped out to a 9-0 lead, but we're going to have an injury default, I believe, here. So Brianna Dugo is going to be the winner by injury default. That will be another 6 points for Jackson Township, and that puts them up at 15-0, if, of course, my math is correct. And that'll move us to 138 pounds.
Receiving a forfeit at 138 for the Lady Jags, Lily Klaus.
And Lily Klaus will receive a forfeit at 138 pounds. That's another 6 for the Jackson Township Jaguars, bringing our score to 21-0 over Southern as we head into 145 pounds.
At 145 for the Lady Jags, Taylor Curatola. And for the Rams, Liliana Beadle.
And this is for Jackson Township, Taylor Curatola. And for Southern, Lillian Bedley. I hope I'm saying that okay.
Jacinto down 9-2, heading into the third. Choice goes to Southern.
Taylor Curatola from Jackson, Lillian Bedley from Southern. We'll get that updated shortly. All right, so wrestlers working towards the out of bounds there. Now working back in. 30 seconds into the first period at 145 pounds. No real committed shot, but they're looking to go upper body here. And Bedley from Southern strikes first, takes a 3-0 lead. She was looking for something big there, but did get the 3. And it looks like we have Curatola with 1 point, down 3-1. Under a minute to go, first period. Apologies, folks, as we get these wrestlers checked in. We got a lot of girls moving around, moving up. The name's correct. (3-1) lead for Lillian Bedley over Taylor Curatola. They both want some upper body here, and that should be a throw to the back, and it is. Another 3 for Lillian Bedley, and she's, of course, looking for more. Good fight by Taylor Curatola. That's going to take the lead for Bedley to 10-1 as the first period comes to a close. 145 pounds. Lillian Bedley 10, Taylor Curatola 1 as we start the second period. And we're going to be on our feet, neutral. Just a reminder, tonight's coverage being brought to you by GardenStateHSWrestling.com. Your teams, your counties, your site. Garden State HS Wrestling is the premier destination for all things New Jersey wrestling. And another 3 for Lillian Bedley. Brings her lead to 13-1. Minute 30 to go, second period. 145 pounds. Jackson Township, the previously mentioned #1 team in the state of New Jersey, currently holds a 21-0 lead over the Southern Rams.
At 175 for the Jags, Akbar Nazardinov.
Bedley looking to run that near side half. But Curatola gets to her feet, gets the escape, 13-2. Both girls looking upper body for something big here. Let's see if Taylor can get herself back in this match with something big. She's looking headlock. I see her stepping in. As soon as your opponent starts stepping that hip in a little bit, you know they're coming headlock, and there's a headlock by Bedley. And we're going to keep wrestling here, still in bounds. And that is going to be a technical fall for Lillian Bedley, 20-2. And that's going to put the first 5 points on the board for the Southern Rams. Team score now, if my math is correct, 21-5, Jackson Township Jaguars over the Southern Rams. And we're going to work our way to 152 pounds. And for Jackson, we're going to have Anyaya Berenger. And for Southern, I believe this is Brianna Galindo. But we're going to get that confirmed for you, of course. And my production team has confirmed it. So we got Galindo versus Berenger. And in case you're just joining us, the Southern Rams are in the black with the gold trim and the S on the back. And the Jackson Township Jaguars in the red and black. Both wrestlers holding center here. 152 pounds, no score. Minute 20 to go, period number 1. Headlock attempt there by Berenger, and she's successful. Okay, so what happened there, folks, is Berenger took Galindo to the mat with a legal headlock, secured the takedown. Once she got her to the mat and the referee was about to start counting back points, the headlock became illegal. So no back points, 3 takedown for Berenger, 1 point for the illegal hold on Berenger, so Galindo gets the 1. So a legal headlock and takedown became illegal once they got to the mat and she was trying to secure back points. So we have a 3-1 lead, and Galindo does get the escape, so now it's 3-2, Berenger over Galindo. And I hope I explained that properly. Legal hold turned into an illegal hold. Great job by our referee, Mr. John Riley, as I did notice the same thing, and he was right on top of it. Okay, 20 seconds to go, first period. 3-2 lead. Let's see if Berenger goes back to that headlock and keeps it legal once they get to the mat. Okay, into the first period. And Anyaya Berenger with a 3-2 lead over Brianna Galindo from Southern. And we're going to start the second period neutral. And I just have this feeling Berenger wants to go back to that headlock, but let's see. No one has really taken any type of committed shot to this point. A lot of hand fighting. Love to see somebody commit to a shot here. And there's that headlock again, like I mentioned. Headlock by Berenger. And I think we might have the same situation again. Teaching moment for the referee here, trying to explain to Berenger what's going on. So, same exact situation as the previous period. Berenger takes Galindo to the mat with a headlock that was legal. She gets the 3. It became illegal when they were on the mat. Referee stopped it. Galindo gets a point. 6-3 Behringer, second period. And same thing we saw before. Then Galindo gets the escape. Now 6-4 match. A headlock becomes illegal once you do not have the arm. If you're encircled around the head and your hands are locked, you have to have an arm in there as part of your arms being encircled. Once that arm gets loose and you're just around the head, it's an illegal headlock. Easy call for the referee. Okay, 30 seconds to go. It's only a 6-4 lead for Behringer. Galindo has every opportunity to get back in this match at 152 pounds. I have a feeling Behringer's going to go back to that headlock, but let's see. Short time here. I think that's going to probably do it for the second period, and it does. It's going to be Galindo's choice, and she's going to take neutral. So we start the third. 6-4 Behringer from Jackson in the black and red over Galindo from Southern, and there's that headlock again. And I think she's looking at the ref as to saying, is this legal? She might want to spin behind and get her 3 first. And she does. She takes a 9-4 lead. Now she is looking for more. Brianna Galindo doing a nice job. Let's give her credit here. She's been on her back a few times in a headlock, not giving in. Behringer continues to apply the pressure on top. Looking for that twister, 2-on-1. Referee Riley starting to give the swipes here. This looks tight, and that is going to be a fall. Anaya Behringer with the fall at 152 pounds. And that takes Jackson's lead to 27-5. As we get set for 165 pounds, which we have Wonder Sinisi for Southern. And Riley Thorne for the Jackson Jaguars. 165 pounds, 27-5 lead for Jackson. And of course, Jackson in the black and red, Southern in the black and gold with the S on the back. We got two of the top programs in the state of New Jersey from a girl's perspective and from a boy's perspective, to be honest. Jacksonville, yeah, football team. Jackson comes into this duel as the #1 team in the state of New Jersey, with a perfect 8-0 record, and with a Queen of the Hill tournament championship as well as a county championship to go with that. So Jackson Township is a team every team is chasing right now. 165 pounds. Minutes ago, first period, no scoring. Referee John Riley calls a stalemate. Asking the girls, let's have some action. Looking for someone to have a committed attack. Riley Thorne pushes Wonder Sinisi out of bounds. Well, let's see if we can have a committed attack or some action here in the center of the mat. 30 seconds to go, first period. Both girls kind of ear to ear here. Not much you can get done from that position. You kind of want to be head to head a little more, open things up. She's going to back her out again. That might be a stall warning. Okay, not yet. I feel like if Wonder Sinisi backs out one more time, we'll probably have a stall call. But let's see how things progress. All right, end of the first period. It's going to be Southern's choice. And Wonder Sinisi is going to choose neutral. As we head into the start the second period, scoreless at 165 pounds.
And Delano will begin on bottom for the final 2 minutes.
Again, wrestlers are kind of ear to ear here. Not much you can get accomplished ear to ear. Head to head is where you want to be to kind of open up your offensive opportunities. 30 seconds gone, period 2. I don't think we've really yet seen a committed leg attack by either wrestler. Some hard snaps, a lot of pushing and pulling. Nothing really in terms of offense here at this point. But let's see if Sinisi or Thorne want to pull the trigger. All right, there's going to be a stall call on Wonder Sinisi. Again, just being worked towards the edge a few too many times. So Riley Thorne is going to get 1 point. That is second stall warning on Wonder Sinisi. Again, a lot of pushing and pulling here. Sinisi's going to want to just continue to circle in. And for any of you wrestlers that are watching, you want to keep the referee off your back, stalling in neutral position. Just keep your back facing the middle of the mat. As long as your back is facing the middle of the mat, that means you are taking territory, you are being the aggressor, and you will not get hit for stalling. Keep your back facing the center of the mat. All right, we're going to go to third period. It's 1-0 Riley Thorne. She benefited from that stall call, and she has chosen bottom here to start the third. Let's see if she can get a quick escape and increase her lead to 2-0. She's going to want to get right to her feet here, which she does. Wonder Sinise putting on a good ride here. Good pressure forward. Thorne with the switch attempt. Now she's going to want to follow that up, getting to her feet. Sinise is committed to this ride at this point. Riley Thorne looking for a reversal here. Does get out. Looks like she's going to get her 2 reversal. And Riley Thorne will take a 3-0 lead on Wonder Sinise. And Thorne is looking for more. No swipes yet. She has to break that 45-degree angle, which she does. And there is the fall. Riley Thorne picks up another 6 points for Jackson Township. And you see the replay there. Thorne gets behind the head, drives forward, Turk position there, leg split between Wonder Sinisi's legs, and referee John Riley calls the fall. So let me do my math here, folks. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 33, 30. That's a forfeit for Southern at 185. So let me keep up with my points here. As we move to 235 pounds, we are moving quickly. And of course, tonight's coverage being brought to you by GSHSW.com. Your teams, your counties, your site. As we have another forfeit at heavyweight for Jackson. It's another 6. We are moving quick. And we're going to head to 100 pounds. Where I'm assuming we will have Ava Bonilla. There you go. So we have Bonilla for Jackson Township versus Della Pierto for Southern. And as I mentioned in my opening, Bonilla is the #1 ranked 100-pound girl in the state of New Jersey, 4-time county champ. So needless to say, she is a hammer. So Della Puerto is going to have her hands full tonight, but let's see what we can do. Jackson Township maintains a 39-11 lead. And again, we are at 100 pounds. After this, we have 2 bouts to go as we started at 120. Bonilla looking to her corner for instructions as to what they want her to do. Do they want to cut her? Good job by Della Pierto not to just give in. And she gets to her feet and she gets an escape. Well done. And we're back neutral. 3-1 lead for Bonilla from Jackson Township. 100 pounds. Beautiful shot and double by Bonilla. Head up, lifted, drove through. Well done. And it takes her lead to 6-1. 35 seconds to go. Period #1. Looking cow catcher here. She's got the arm around the head. This is going to be a fall, and it is. Referee Riley calls the fall. Another 6 for Jackson. And that takes Bonilla from Jackson to, I believe, 13-0. And as you can see, a well-deserved #1 ranking in the state of New Jersey. Okay, it's going to take us to 107 pounds. Faith Horvat for Southern. And things do not get any easier for Southern. As for Jackson, we have Madison Rucci, 2-time county champ, currently ranked #2 in the state. So what a 1-2 punch for Jackson we got here. Bonilla and Rucci. And Rucci jumps out to a 3-1 lead. The quick takedown and the cut. Minute 30 to go, period #1. And another 3 points for Madison Rucci. Takes her lead to 6-1. And looks like she's going to put on a good ride here. Good pressure forward. All right, good job by Horvath underneath. She's getting hand control. And looks like Rucci's going to release her here. That's going to take her lead to 6-2. So we are neutral. 30 seconds to go. Period #2. We are at 107 pounds. And another 3 points for Madison Rucci. Takes her lead to 9-2. Jackson has locked up this dual meet. They have a commanding 45-11 lead with only one more bout to go after this. As Rucci's looking for a tilt. She's getting the swipes. Probably 3 is my guess. Let's see. And she does get 3. 12-2 lead for Rucci. She releases Horvath. And that's the end of the period.
And Southern will begin on their feet for the second period.
Horvat took neutral there to start the second period. And she's down 12-3 to Madison Rucci. Good shot there. It's going to be another 3. Takes her lead to 15-3. And she's looking for more. Referee's holding. Looks like we're going to get a fall. And we do. Pinned by Madison Rucci. And that is going to extend Jackson's lead to 50-11 over Southern. As we enter our final bout of the evening, 114 pounds.
At 114 for the Rams, Ashley Ramirez.
And we're going to have Ashley Ramirez for Southern.
Here she comes, the two-time state place winner, Marlo Donato.
And we're going to have Marlo Donato for Jackson. And as you probably heard, a 2-time state place winner. So, man, Jackson's lower weights are tough. 100, 107, 114. Bonilla, Rucci, Donato. Wow. And Donato takes a quick 3-0 lead. 30 seconds into the first period. I've been watching too much football lately because I keep wanting to say Jacksonville instead of Jackson Township. I got to clean that up. Beautiful shot by Donato. High crotch, switched off the double, lifted, and takes her lead to 6-1. One minute to go. Period number 1 of our final bout of the evening, 114 pounds. Marlo Donato from Southern, from Jackson, Ashley Ramirez from Southern. And Donato cuts her. Her lead is now 6-2. And another takedown. Brings her lead to 9-2. I'm sorry, 10-2. And looking for a coach for some instruction as to, should I cut? Should I work for the fall? Ramirez holding her own down there, not giving in. Short time here, first period. 9-2 lead for Donato. Puts the hammerlock across the back. I think she's going to run out of time here, and she does. And we're going to head to the second period. Donato has a 9-2 lead. She chooses neutral to start the second period. See if she goes back to that high crotch, switch off to a double. Which looks like it might be her go-to shot. There it is. High crotch, switch off, lift. Beautifully done. Takes her lead to 12-2. Minute 35 to go, period number 2. 114 pounds. Hammerlock, she's going to want to thread that around the head. And referee starts the swipes. That's probably going to be 3 backs. Her lead is now 15-2 over Ramirez. One more takedown will do it as far as the technical fall is concerned. And it will. So a technical fall for Marlo Donato. 18-3 over Ramirez from Southern. And that takes the team score to Jackson 56, Southern 11. So a pretty dominant victory here for the #1 ranked team in the state of New Jersey, the Jackson Township Jaguars. I feel like Southern came in. They did wrestle tough. I didn't see any give in from these Southern girls. They did really fight well. But Southern was just Jackson was a little too much for them tonight. They wrestled a real strong match, but 56-11, maintaining their #1 ranking in the state. I just feel that we'll call it that 1-2-3 punch at 100, 107, and 114 for Jackson Township was just too much. But again, a great job by both teams. It's great to see girls wrestling thriving in the state of New Jersey. Both teams with full lineups. As you saw by the broadcast being a little delayed, plenty of JV bouts as well. So that's just great to see. But I think that's going to do it here. Let me just go through our sponsors again. Our season-long sponsors, Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition, the Harrington Companies and Contractors, Performance Trophies and Medals, Estabilt Wrestling Club, Garden State Athletic Network, and the New Jersey Wrestling Officials Association. Of course, tonight's broadcast brought to you by GardenStateHSWrestling.com. Your teams, your counties, your site. And I think that's going to do it for us here. On behalf of my production team, Zach Comer and Jenna Horning, I am Thomas Farquhar. Thanks for joining us, and so long from Jackson Township.